morning, Year 4. It's the 30th of November 2020, and this is your starter for today. Just like last time we were doing our remote learning, you can have a go at this starter on a piece of paper. You can always ask an adult to help you, but we're not expecting to see your answers. This is to help you and remind you of some of the things we've learnt in class. Your reasoning question today is to see if you can crack the code to find out which biome is being spelt out. Have a go, and when you're ready, press play on the video to see the answers on the next slide. Here are the answers to your starter today. Remember, give yourself a tick if you got it and a dot if not. I wonder how many people were able to work out that we were talking about the taiga biome, that spruce tree biome we looked at this week in class. Here's your warm-up question for today. A reminder, you've got some helpful words down the side there in that purple vocabulary box. But I wonder, how would you solve the question here? Which of the methods on the screen would you use to help you find out the answer? Have a think, and when you're ready, click play on the video again to see my answer. Good morning, Year 4. So, to start with, we have the question. Find the value of 34 multiplied by 2. And there's lots of different ways we could choose to solve this question, and there are some representations here to help us. The first thing we could do is use place value counters and make the number up. So here's 34, there's 3 tens and there's 4 ones. And to multiply it by 2, I need 2 lots of that, so here are 2 lots here. And now all I have to do is count them up. So first I'll count up my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 ones. Now I'll count up my tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 tens. So I know if I have 6 tens and I have 8 ones, then 34 multiplied by 2 is 68. I could also look at it like this. So here's my part-whole model, and you can see just like over here we've split it into the ones and into the tens. I can multiply my ones by 2, so 4 times 2 is 8. I can multiply my tens by 2. 30 times 2, well I know 3 times 2 is 6, so 30 times 2 is 60. Then I simply need to add these together to get the same answer as before of 68. I can use a written method to help me, and just like over here we start with the ones, so 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, and that goes in my tens column. You can see here at each step I get the same answer, 68. So any of these methods is going to work. I can choose the one that works best for me. So this time we have a different problem. We have 6 multiplied by 23. And you can see again, I've laid out my place value counters to help me. I've got 6 lots of 23, but I can also do this as a written calculation, and I've written 23 times 6 because I know that 6 times 23 is the same as 23 times 6. The reason I've put the larger number on top, the 23, is because it's much easier to lay out my calculation like this and multiply my 2 digits by my 1 digit. So let's have a go. I could count all of these up, but it's going to take me a while. I'm going to try and use my written method this time to be more efficient. So again, first we multiply the ones. I start with 3 multiplied by 6. 6, 12, 18. 3 times 6 is 18. So I write in the 8 and I need to exchange the 1 into the tens column. Now I have 2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. I need to add on the 1 to make 13. And there's my answer, 138. Now let's have a little look at this one. Let's see if we can explain what's going on here. So I've got this calculation, 43 times 2. I can see here they've shown me 43 times 2 because in one row I've got 4 tens and 3 ones, that's 43, and I've got 2 lots of 43. Over here I can see they've used a written calculation, and they've done the ones first, 3 times 2 to make 6, and then the tens, 4 times 2 to make 8 or 80. What's the same about these two calculations? Well, first of all, they're showing me the same thing. Both of them are showing me 43 times 2. So what's different? This one is using concrete resources, place value counters, to show me. It's a pictorial representation. That means a picture to help me. Whereas this one is a written calculation. This is a written method. This one means I need to use my place value, but this one shows me my place value in front of me. Which one do you think is going to be more efficient? Especially if we're multiplying by a bigger number, like 9. What's going to be more efficient for you to use in lesson? Now it's your turn. Have a go at the questions on the screen. Pause the screen, use a pencil and paper, and remember to line up your numbers. Stop and think, what's going to help you with these questions? What method are you going to use? Okay, check your answers. If there were any answers that you got incorrect, can you spot your mistake? Did you forget to exchange into the tens or the hundreds? Did you multiply the numbers correctly? Now it's over to you. On Teams, complete the worksheet on multiplying 2-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. And remember, if you get stuck, come back, rewatch the examples, and if you're still stuck, post a question in the Ask the Teachers channel. Remember, you might not always get an answer straight away, but we will come back to you as soon as possible.